Hi everyone, my name is Brian Farabaugh, and I wanted to take a few minutes to tell you why I think that all RNs should pursue their BSN. I would like to use my own personal story to illustrate some good examples of why you should pursue your BSN as early as possible. I graduated from a diploma program in 1991, and I was extremely fortunate to have entered into a managerial track early in my career. After 2 years of working in the emergency department, an opportunity came up for me to become a director of nursing. I was in a nursing home, which allowed me to begin to explore my options in becoming a nurse manager. As good as this opportunity was to enter into the management portion of my career, it was short-lived. I only did that for about 2 years, as I had already developed a passion for emergency room nursing and had a strong desire to return to that. What it did, however, though, was spark a very broad interest in becoming an administrator at some point in my career. At this point, then, I returned back to the emergency department with a different attitude towards it. And this was when I entered into an entry level position managing an emergency department as an assistant manager. At this point in my career, I knew that it was going to be very important to obtain my BSN, and I began taking online classes at that time and working towards my BSN. Unfortunately for my career, as my family grew, there were just many situations that developed where I would start and stop school several times in the earlier portions of my career. Looking back, I wish that I had taken the time to truly commit to getting my BSN earlier. As I approach 50 years of age and being a nurse for 25 years now, I sure do wish that I had the BSN under my belt. Over the next 15 years, I held various management positions within an emergency department, up to and including a director level position at a very busy emergency room here in Virginia. It was a fantastic opportunity, and I had continued to pursue my BSN along the way. But having 6 children and a large family, I just never really seemed to make the time to complete it. I'm doing that now, and in preparing for this assignment, I have a very different perspective as to the reasons why to pursue a BSN. There's many obvious reasons to obtain it, such as improved quality outcomes. It's been Linda Aiken, PhD, has done extensive research into building a case for more nurses obtaining their BSNs. In a study that she produced in 2014, it was shown that a 10% increase in the proportion of nurses with BSNs was associated with a 7% decrease in patient deaths. That's pretty significant, and that really makes me think, especially as a manager, as you know, this is a good idea to really push for and find ways to make obtaining a BSN easier for more students and for more nurses that want to become students. In 2010, the Institute of Medicine issued a report that recommended that the proportion of nurses in the United States who held a BSN be increased from 50% to 80% by 2020. One of the things that I found to be most interesting in reading this article was the reason the Institute of Medicine feels that we need to quickly increase the number of BSN educated nurses is because the number of instructors is going to dramatically decrease over the next couple of decades. Aiken predicts that within the next 10 years, a full 50% of the nation's nursing faculty members will reach retirement age. This is going to represent a significant challenge in nursing today as we know it. Many schools currently are turning away more and more students because of a shortage of faculty members. I had never really considered this as one of the reasons why we need to push as a profession for more nurses to be entry-level BSN. And I find as I become older and view nursing as my profession, and look at it in terms of not just what do I need to do for myself personally in my career, but what do I, because I love nursing, what can I do to help to promote nursing and to ensure its vitality in the future, and to help those younger nurses to be more successful and to be able to acquire the education that they desire and the education that has been proven to improve patient outcomes, decrease mortality. And we want to continue that. We want to make sure that future generations that are able to continue to provide the compassionate quality care that all of us nurses, we love to do that, but we don't always think about what can I do to impact my profession as a whole. And that's something that I would like to try to help and promote. And as I obtain my BSN and re-enter back into the management workforce, I would like to be able to help promote that in nursing, and help with even some legislative levels of finding ways, as Bon Secours has, in making that pathway to the BSN and to the advanced degrees easier through tuition reimbursement, and increasing, Bon Secours increasing the tuition reimbursement. And the big thing for me was the fact that they now are able to help pay for your tuition up front, making it easier to go back to school and to pursue our degrees and to be able to promote an even safer nursing environment and a safer environment for all of our patients. So I want to thank you for taking a few minutes to listen to my story. And hopefully for you younger nurses that might be listening to this, learn from my story and get your degree early so that you can begin working on these things early in your career and make a positive impact in nursing. And for those of you that have been around a few years like me, don't ever be afraid to go back. We're never too old to continue to learn, and we're never too old to make an impact on our profession. Thanks, and have a great day.